Before we get this video started, make sure to check out my Twitch channel. I stream every single day. Hope to see you there.
Oh yeah, Resto is really good right now. Really good and viable. We're so viable.
Wow, I love Resto Druid. Blizzard, great job on the design for the druids. Absolutely. Man, everyone I talk to, they're like, wow, Resto Druid is a lot of fun right now. I'm really enjoying my experience right now, Blizzard. Okay, I get it. A lot of times, a lot of people complain about the class, even if the class is good. But in this case, Resto Druids are not that good. And if you guys don't know, as a fellow Resto Druid, we actually have an 8.1 patches that are coming out that don't look that juicy. It almost doesn't seem like Blizzard even understands the spot that Resto Druids are currently in. It seems like they're out of touch. And speaking out of the touch, what the heck is up with that Diablo? The new Diablo. What is that, dude? But okay, let's go back to the Resto Druid. So before we get in the patch notes of 8.1, we're gonna go ahead and just look at the ladder and see all the druids, all the Resto Druids. By the way, I used to main Resto Druid. Resto Druid is one of the funnest classes to me, but currently I don't play it just because I don't have fun in it. I don't feel viable. I don't feel, you know, I don't feel like I can put up a fight compared to other healers. I had to work my butt off just to do semi-well. And, you know, if I can play Resto Shaman, it's really simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at all the classes right now on NA and EU and just see what is most played. As you can see, can you guys even see it? Is my face in the way? Okay, good. We're not in the way. Okay, my face is not in the way. So look at all the classes. You know, you got the top class that is played currently is Priest, Shaman, Rogue, Paladin, Druid, Mage, Warrior, blah, 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 blah. You can see the rest. So what we're going to do is we're going to only show Druid, and then we're going to filter it. So as you can see, out of all those people that are playing, 147 are Resto Druid. Not bad amount. And this is for any rating though. So if you move up this, the rating requirement, it's going to go down and going down and down and down of the amount of people that are actually playing that class. So let's just start off simple. Let's just see how many people are playing Resto Druid at 1800. Boom. What? Alright, let's start with 2K. I don't understand why that didn't work. Why is that number not changing? That number doesn't change at all. All right, we're gonna have to move up in increments. Okay, so there's so both NA and EU, there's 147 people there, still above 2100. Not that bad. Above 2200. By the way, this is NA and EU, not just like NA or just EU. It's literally both. So above 2200, there's 115 that are Resto Druids. So if you're above 2200 and you're a Resto Druid, you're literally one of the top Resto Druids. That's freaking awesome, actually, when you think of that. You're 2300. There is 67. Oh my god. 24. There is 50. 25. 35. Jesus, only 35 above 2500. And this is probably one of the most inflated seasons I've ever seen. So meaning like the point cap is really high. People are up at like 3200 right now. Like it's insane. It's absolutely insane. So as we're gonna go up, we're gonna see less and less druids significantly worsen. So 25 above 2600. Oh, 2700. Oh. Only 11 druids above 2700. What? By the way, rank 1 this season is going to be like 3k or something, maybe even higher. So there's like at this point in time, it's looking like no one's going to get rank 1 as a Resto Druid. And I think that says a lot. That says awfully a lot. Above 2800, there's 8 druids. 2900. There is 3 druids. That's actually surprising. I'm surprised there's 3 druids even up there. I wonder what comp they're running. I really do. 3K. 1 druid. There's a person up here. Who is it? Oh, it's Hype. He's a really good druid. I wonder what comp he's playing. Is there a way we can see what comp he's playing if he do this? That's crazy. He's the only druid somehow making it work. So that's pretty interesting considering that people are up at 3,200. The highest person is at 3K, and he's literally the only person even around that number. Everyone else is significantly lower, and I think that says a lot about the class, to be honest. I really do. So let's go ahead and hop into the patch notes. They're actually going to be to Druid, and again, when I look at these patch notes, I think Blizzard doesn't even understand of what they need to add. I really feel like they're out of touch of what the class. I don't know if anyone actually truly PvPs at a high rating within their community that could give some tips. Maybe they just simply don't know. And again, people like me would love to help Blizzard out, to help change the class and help it make it more viable. Now, I don't want to make the class overpowered, obviously. Like when Resto Druids first came out in BFA, we were too strong. But when the nerfs came out, I saw those nerfs and I was like, that's too big. But everyone was saying, no, those are good. The people that were saying those are good changes are the people who don't play the class. Since I play this class like religiously, I understand what's going to hurt and, you know, what's going to be a buff. Like, I know when something's going to be dead. Like, you would know if this was, like, your lifestyle. This is my lifestyle, is to play Resto Druid. It honestly is. I do YouTube videos on it. I stream it all the time. And now I don't even want to play it. So, let's go ahead and look at the changes. Here's the changes. Here's a change they're doing overall PvE. This is only PvP talents. This is overall PvE, so it's going to affect us in PvP as well. It's a nerf Tranquility. Tranquility already blew. It blew. It's almost like you don't even go for Tranquility most of the time during arenas. It has to be like specific moments, like when you want to LS and Trank, just because the heal is so garbo in arena. Now for PvE, it's amazing. So I see why they're nerfing it. Wild Growth heals up to 6 injured allies. So basically they're just buffing it by 6%. Again, another PvE thing. This doesn't, you know, include us in PvE that much, because you should never use Wild Growth. It just costs so much mana. Okay, now for the PvP talents. Now if the tooltip is correct, there's one big one that scares the poop out of me, and I don't know why they're doing this. It's actually kind of like 2 changes. One, we're removing Nourish. Nourish is kind of one of the biggest things that make us actually viable in terms of not ooming. We already oom really fast. The only reason why we don't oom even faster is because of this talent right here. So they're totally removing it, absolutely butchering it, just taking that out, and they're giving it as an ability. And what the ability is, heals a friendly target for 250% spell power. Let me give you the comparison so you know how much that is. Regrowth is 120%, so it's about a double and a little bit more than a regrowth, but it is 14% of your mana. Again, I don't know if this is a tooltip issue, if they just, you know, it's just not correct, but 14% is awfully a lot. It's pretty much almost like a Wave Crane, and Wave Crane is way stronger than this. I don't see what Blizzard is doing, but yeah, Nourish, it adds another over time effect, but you're not going to be able to spam this. You're not going to be able to spam something that requires 14% of your mana. So this is kind of like a 1-time or even 2-time use throughout the arena. This is kind of like your oh shit button, but again, it's a 14% mana cost. And as Resto Druids, we already struggle with our mana currently, and the only thing that made us not struggle with our mana was Nourish. So what this is going to require us to do as Resto Druid is play more aggressive and get more clones and roots. But the problem is with that is Cyclone costs 3,000 mana and roots cost 3,000 mana. That's 3%. So if you want to double clone someone, that is 6% your mana. You can actually oom yourself so fast with the CC. Now I could see if Blizzard, maybe buffed Hots a little bit and lowered the mana of roots and Cyclone mana costs, I could see us Resto Druids being viable again. But with this changes, I don't even know why they're even doing this, to be completely honest with you guys. This seems very silly to me. Now here's another 2 big changes, as you're gonna see, is Mark of the Wild. Mark of the Wild is gives you a buff, reduces damage taken from fire, nature, frost, and arcane. So basically almost just shamans, mages, and boomkins. I think that's pretty much it. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's it. Now this could be really good if the opposing team doesn't have a dispel, but sadly those 2 out of the 3 classes I named have a spell steal and also purge, making it renderly useless. So I don't think this is even like a change that even needed to be added. I think this is very silly again. I don't know why they're adding this. This doesn't seem very viable ever to me. It's just going to be another PvP talent that no one might ever take, just because it's probably not even worth the global, to be honest. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't think this was even an issue for us Resto Druids. Now for the next one, this is a good buff, but I don't think it's really necessary, and I currently don't know which PvP talent I would swap for this. Is Master Shapeshifter. If you read it, it actually has some really nice perks, like if you go into Guardian Infinity, you're gonna have 20% reduced critical strike by melee attacks in bear form. If you're balanced, you're gonna have 30% haste for 10 seconds if you enter Moonkin form. And for Feral Infinity, while in cat form, your damage is increased by 25%. Again, this is pretty neat. But currently, I don't know what we would swap for our PP talents out for this, because we already struggle with healing so much, and our survivability isn't already the best. But again, this kind of helps. So I don't know. This is clearly like a good ability. This is good. But I don't think this is what Druids needed. I really think I think Blizzard is thinking too much and try to be outside the box more, and when they could just simply buff our abilities. But I just don't think they know what they're doing. But we're just gonna have to wait and see and hope this does well. I'm sure they tested this. At least I hope they test this a lot. And for the last top 2 deep roots, it looks like they're actually increasing it by double the amount. 400% damage can be taken. That's pretty huge. I would say that'd be probably something better for maybe 2s. But again, for 3v3, I don't think it'd be that viable. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to be that viable, because again, just the pure amount of mana that it costs to even do a roots is pretty huge. Most of the time when people get out of roots, it's not because of the amount of damage they take. It's really not. It's because they get dispelled, or they like do a blaze storm, or they do something to get out of it, right? What, like, I can't remember the last time someone got out of my roots because of the amount of damage they took in. It just doesn't seem like this is very necessary again. And for the last one, Druid Claw, they're literally not changing it. I don't know. It says removed right here. Does that mean they removed it? I have no idea. Again, the Druid Claw is the same thing. Anyways, guys, here's 8.1. I'm hoping for the best for the rest of Druids, just so, because I want to be able to play that class. That's my favorite class. It's my main. I enjoy it, and I'm sure a lot of my viewers actually play Resto Druid, because when I stream, I get a lot of Resto Druid questions even when I'm not playing Resto Druids. So I'm really hoping for the best. I hope this can work out. But again, I think Blizzard should literally hire top PvPers to give their input. Like, they don't even have to hire. Like, I would do it for free. I would literally do it for free. But if Blizzard, you know, got their input of people who actually understood the class way more than they do, I like 100%. I can guarantee you, I understand the Druid class better than anyone that works at Blizzard. 100% for PvP. 100%. So I think it'd be in their benefit to start hiring, or, you know, start recruiting people that play certain classes to give their input. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a flawless idea. Why? I just don't see why they don't, to be honest. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, make sure to leave a like and sub. As always, get out there and pwn some nubs.